Hello, my friends, and welcome. I hope you're doing fine. And today we will build an app together, and we will call it My Cocktails or Cocktails, whatever. So basically, what we will do, we'll build an app, and then we will make JSON calls, and then get data from the web and show it. And yeah, that's what we will do. Let's dive into it. Okay, so this is how the app will look like. So at the beginning, we will have a window. It looks like this. And we will have a text here and then a text field to enter our cocktail, our favorite cocktail. And then we press search. So yeah, our cocktail will be searched at the in the internet, in the database, to be precise. And then we'll get the next window, which will show us basically information about that cocktail. And we have here also a random button. If we click that, it will give us a random cocktail. So it will show us here this stuff as well. So I already put all the colors together, and I think it looks nice. I think so, yeah. Cool. So let's head to the website where we will get our APIs. So I forgot the name. It's let me check again. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, so it's basically this. If you look for cocktail API, so you see this page, the CocktailDB.com. You click on it, and then it should take you to that web page. It looks like this. So basically, the home page is like this. You see all the cocktails and stuff like that. And if you go up here on API, yeah, you'll have some information about this stuff. And then you see here, search by name. This link we need. So they give you an example. Is this one? Is with Margarita. Let's try this out. So if we copy and paste it in a new window, you'll have something like this. But don't worry. Why don't I have this plug in? Okay, I have it in my laptop. Okay, so that's perfect. So we can go here and look for Chrome extension. So it should be something called JSON formatter. So JSON formatter. Yeah, basically you can take anything you want. So I chose this one. See, this one has like 1,700. Whatever, choose one of them. I think they are all perfect. Yeah, look at this. And if you compare it with this, it's the same. So you take that or this, it doesn't matter. So install that. Cool. So now it's installed. And the cool thing is, so you see all of this, it's terrible. But if you have that formatter installed and you do refresh, magic. So we have this now. So it sorts out everything. So if you want to see it in raw data again, it's like this. And yeah, to see it in nice, you have it like this. So what do you have here? We have a lot of stuff. So this is basically JSON. As a JSON is, you have a database and you have a different stuff. So you have a key pair. It's like a map. It's a little bit more complex, but you have a key here. So for example, this ID drink, and the value of that key is 11007. Okay. And this says, okay, STR drink is margarita. This is the name of the cocktail. And then you have different information. So it's somehow sorted. It's a database sorting. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so the second link that we will need is the random one. Remember? So let's have a look. It's here. Cool. Let's copy that and paste it here. Cool. So we get damned if you do. Okay, I don't know this drink. Cool. It's a whiskey. So what we will need from this, we will need the name. So if we go here to Figma, so we need if you see up here, you need the name of the cocktail, okay? And then we need something that says it's cocktail or mocktail or whatever. Well, mocktail is the same as cocktail, but without alcohol. And this one, it says, okay, it's with alcohol, without alcohol. And then this one, it says in which glass type you need to put that in. Then you have a picture, you have the ingredients and the instructions, how to mix that together. Okay, so this picture is basically this one. If you click on it, you see it's this picture. Okay, cool. So, okay. So what we need, we will start Visual Studio Code. And we will go up here, command plate, and then we say Flutter, and then we make our own new project. So I want to store it here. Yep. And I'll call it my cocktail, like that. Okay, so now it goes and put all the stuff together that I need for Flutter. Okay, so cool. Let's give it a couple of seconds. It should be finished. Perfect. So this is the main, like the demo plugin, the demo app that you get. You can start it and see if that would work, hopefully. So let's start it. Let's put it here and let's start it. We need to wait a little bit. So it's building some stuff here. Yeah. In the meantime, what can we do? Let's go back to Figma again. And by the way, Figma, it's a really nice tool to make like prototypes and stuff like that. So you can basically say, if I click here, it should go to this window and stuff like that. And then you can show it here by prototype, if you click on that. And then you can say, so did it freeze? Huh. Yeah, somehow you can say, go from here to, I have, okay. So this one, come on, something is not correct. Something is wrong. Yeah, but basically, just have a look at it. It's really nice, cool. It's a really cool tool. So you can say, like, if I click here, I forgot how to use it. Oh, that's embarrassing, actually. I use it all the time. Yeah, well, okay, so it doesn't matter. So, you know, this exists, so you can make prototypes, and maybe I will make video about this, so I will learn more about it. I think it's not bad. Okay, so I think, yeah, our demo thing finished. So it works. Okay. Okay. Cool. So now what we need to do, we are in our main, here in lib, in our main.dart. So what we will do, we will get rid all of this. Whoops. So just down void main method, just delete everything. And then we will change the name. Give me a second, I need to go here. We'll change it to my cocktail. Yeah. So copy this and go to test, widget test, and then paste that in. So you will get rid of this error, because it's, yeah, this is just a test. Actually, it doesn't matter, but sometimes you need, like, you have a lot of errors and warnings and stuff like that. So you will get rid of it. So why we did not get rid of it? It's easy, because we didn't create that class. Okay, so we have our window here. This one, we'll start by this. So we are basically here. Let's say here, this bubble. So when we say we want to start the app, so it goes first there and make all the initialization. And from there, it goes to the first window. And from the first window, it goes to the second window, okay? So basically, this is what my cocktail is. And this one, it will be stateless widget. Stateless widget. The second one. Widget. Okay, so that's also a cool thing. I will show you something. If you don't have that installed, I don't have it. I have everything. I did everything in my laptop, so I have everything installed there, and in here I don't have it. But that's cool, because I want you to see that. So there's a plugin, it's called Awesome Flutter. Yeah, just look for it. It's this one, Awesome Flutter snippet. And you see here, it says stateful widget, stateless widget. So it creates all of that for you. And that's really, really cool. So install that. That's it. So let's close this. And now if we do stateless widget, this one, bam, perfect. Cool. So the name is my cocktail. See, this goes away. The test error goes away. Perfect. So basically, we don't need this. Get rid of it. Cool. So of course now it looks like this, because we need to put some stuff in there first. Okay. So what we need to do, let's think about the stuff that we need to do before initialization, initialization phase, before we go on and show the whole app. Wow, my brain froze there for a second. Okay, let's go back. So what we see here, all of this is in portrait mode. So it's if you turn your phone, so you will have it like this, and if you turn it, it should not turn. So it should be like always portrait mode. So that we will do. So let's comment some stuff. So you do that in main, basically. So in here we say portrait mode. Okay, and that's the first thing. And then we will use some themes. If you go back here, you see it's all dark and it's the writings, like the letters, are all in white. That's because if you do dark mode, the text, it becomes white and the background becomes black. So that's cool. So in here, down here, we will use a theme, and we will make it dark mode. Okay. What do we have? Yeah, that's basically everything. Cool. So how can we do all of this? Searching for like how to make it all portrait. There's a command that you can use, and just be patient with me. So basically that's the command. You can store it somewhere, and then every time you need to make your app, like you want to make it in a horizontal mode, like always like that, you paste this command as well, and then you say, oh, make it horizontal. So let's go through it. So it's system Chrome dot, and then we use set preferred orientation, and in here we need to give it an orientation. We make brackets like this, brackets, the other ones, and then we say here the device orientation dot, and in here you can put it in landscape or portrait, and we will use portrait up because it will show like this, and if you make it portrait down, it will show it like this. So make it portrait up. Cool. So, and now we will say, okay, when all of this happens, so now your phone will lock that in there. So it will show like this all the time. When all of this happens, we say dot, then it should do something. So what it should do, it should run this, it should run our app. So I'll copy this and paste it here instead of this null. And this semicolon, it will come here. Okay. So we set everything in portrait mode, and then we say run our app. Okay. So when we cannot run it at the moment, we need to, let's make a text something here. Hello. Probably this will not work. What is this? Okay, let's check. Yeah, missing target. That's the problem. So we need to have. Yeah, we don't need container here. Okay, so we'll go further because we need something to put it in there. So what we need now is material app. Okay, and inside we'll use material app. Material app is actually really, really cool because in there you can use a lot of stuff. For example, the theme, you can use it there. So you change the theme and stuff like that. It's all in that material app. So I recommend if you start doing this stuff, use a material app. Okay. Cool. So we need a semicolon here. So we will say inside this material app, there should be something called home, and home is like the starting point. So in here will be our first window. We will call it search window. So this window will be search window, and this one will be result window. Okay. So let's put container here and give it a child, say text, and then we'll say hello. Cool. So sometimes when you have something like this, you need to stop it and run it again. So because this is the initialization phase, so it's the beginning. You're changing like in the core, so you need to refresh everything, to start everything again, and build it again from the beginning. Because if you make if you save it, it will only make a hot reload. So in hot reload, it doesn't go deep. So yeah, so this is basically why you need to do sometimes like either this, it's a restart, or you stop it and you start it again. So it will take a little bit of time, but at the end, it should be it should be okay. But yeah. So you see, now we have a window. It's completely white. It doesn't show anything. Why? So because we in here, this does not work correctly. So you need something to say, okay, if you finish this, then go here. Okay? I know it's confusing, but that's basically what we need to do now. So we say widget, and it's Flutter binding dot ensure initialize. So it should be initialized. It should go from here to this run app. Okay. And that's basically it. We restart again. And let's see. What happened? Okay. I didn't stop, right? I pressed actually restart. Huh. Okay, let's see. And hopefully this will work, because usually it should work. So let's give it a little bit of time to build stuff and run Xcode and whatever. Come on. We don't have time for this. So, should I put it here? No, should I put it here? Probably my face is up here now. Okay. Come on. No. No. Okay. So, see? Now you have this ugly hello up here. Cool. So basically it works. What I need to do now is to get rid of this ugly debug thing. There are two ways to do this. The best way, in my opinion, to put it in the code and to say, please don't show it again. And we do it here, just below home. And it's called debug show checked mode banner. And you say here false. You save it. Voila. It's not there anymore. Cool. So, yeah, it's ugly. But don't worry. We'll do everything step by step. Cool. So the next thing is what we need to do is the theme. So here should be something called theme, of course. And in there we call something, it's called theme data dot, and you see there's different types. So you have dark and you have light. So if we say it light and we press save, that's a bad thing to show actually, because yeah, this one, it has a, I don't know how to say it. Like it's it's if you have a painting and you're putting it like you have a paper, but you are behind the paper. You're painting behind the paper. So we need to put the paper first and then paint it on the paper. And this is where we need to build the search window first. Okay, but just for the moment, just believe me, that's how it's done. And then we will come back and change the theme. Okay, we change it to dark mode, and then we put our background, like the background that we want it to have, because we have a specific color. As you can see here, I need to be this color, this code. Okay, cool. So what's happened? So we go here, Explorer, and now let's put another folder, new folder, and let's call this, what did I call it? I call it, I think, UI Windows, UI underscore Windows. Okay. And in here, create a new file, and let's call it search underscore window.dart. Cool. This will be our search window, which is this one. Okay, let's analyze what we need now. I wanted to show you. I'll show it later. Oh, let's see. So basically, when you start developing stuff like this, I recommend doing everything in paper and stuff. I know it's old school, but it's really cool because it helps your brain to concentrate and to make the best out of it. So I have, I put a lot of stuff in text, and so in there I drew it and then said, okay, this is like a text, this is a thing. So I built like a layer plan, and this is basically, I draw here everything, and I said, okay, this is scaffold, and inside the scaffold I have a text. I have a column, and inside the column I have a text, and this and this and this. So basically you put the layers all together, and then you start doing with the text. So don't start please make a prototype. Make at least a drawing, like something like this. So at the end you will be like, okay, I know what I need to do. Because if you just start going for it, you're coding. I know we are software developers. We want to code right away, but that's not good. Okay, start drawing stuff. Start putting stuff together. Make a plan. Make a whatever UML or whatever you want to do. So you have a structure first, and then start to code. Okay, cool. So we have our search window. So what we need to do here is we have a stateful widget. We don't have stateless widget here. A stateful widget is, you have some stuff you can interact with, and stuff that you need to change the state for that. So basically we can also use stateless widget in this case. So we are not changing the state. Actually we can use also stateless widget, but I want to put the stateful widget here as well so you can see it. Okay. So stateful stateful widget, this one, the one down below. Okay, so now it creates a stateful widget. I always get rid of that. And if you have errors like this, don't worry. If you're on a Mac, command dot, it shows the packages. Choose material, and voila, you have everything in there. So we need to give it a name. We said we will call it SearchWindow. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, we need to copy this and put it in here like so. And what happens? And we need to put it here, and we need to put it here, and we need to put it here. Okay, save it. Cool. So we have our search window. Okay. What is this? Yeah, we can close this. I hope you can see it. I can make it like this. Yeah, I think this is cool. Okay, so let's think about what we have. So if I go back here, okay, we have a window, and inside the window we have some elements. Okay, so we have a text, and then we have this text box, and then we have two buttons, and then you see how it's like it's aligned. It's like everything aligned like this, like vertically. So in this case, we can use a column. So if you have a column, we can put everything in this order. Okay, that's what we will do here in a child. But before that, we will use something called scaffold. If you don't know what scaffold do, just have a look at it. It's basically, you know, the Android apps, they have an app bar at the top, and then they have a body with everything else. That's called scaffold. So see here, it's called, you have something, it's a parameter called app bar. So you can put there a text, logo, whatever. And then you have a body, and then you put everything else in there. Okay? So now we have a scaffold. So what we need is a body. Because the app bar, we don't have anything in top here. So we don't have something here that appears here again. So we will not use that. We just have stuff in the body. Okay? Down here. Cool. So in the body, we will use the column. Okay. Let's save. Okay. So inside column, we have something called children. So, and in here, I'll put the stuff that I need. So let's say we have a text. And let's call that text. What did we call it here? Cocktails. Okay, cool. Cocktails. Cool. So let's save. And let's put some comments. What did I call it? Logo text. Logo text. Doesn't make sense, but always put comments and stuff like that, because it helps you like to separate and then to see. It makes your life easier. Let's put it that way. So what we need next, we need text input. Then we need search button, and then we need random button. Okay. So to see that everything is working, I will just put at the beginning some text here. So input, and down here I will put, let's make it like this, text, and let's say, what's happening? Button, let's call it search button, and at the end we will put text again, and wow. And let's call it random button. Cool. Let's save that. Okay, so how can we like call this window now? Because it shows us this ugly thing here. Let's copy this search window here and go to main again. So in home, we can just say delete this and say search window like that. So now it doesn't know, okay, what is search window? I don't know what is search window. So again, command dot, and now we need to import this this file that we created in here. Okay, so now it says my cocktail UI windows, it's in here, and then search window.dart, and now we see there is no error. And if we save now, fingers crossed, it should, yes. See, we have we have a white background because we are in light mode, as you see here, light theme, and the texts are black. Okay, if we want to reverse that, we can say dark. Let's try that. Yes. See? Cool. It is, wow, it's ugly. it's all up here, and it's colliding with the clock and stuff like that. It's ugly. So what can we do? If we go to search window, at the top there's something called, oh wait a second, we don't need this container actually. Command dot, can we remove this widget? Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah. Cool. So we need something to say, okay, don't go above this area, because this area is like reserved for other stuff. And even don't go below this, because this area for Apple, it's like the area you shouldn't interact with it, because it's like for closing the app and stuff like that. Okay, so we need something that it says, okay, don't go below this and don't go above this. And there is something cool called safe area. So we use that inside the scaffold. So just select the column or put the cursor on it, command dot, and then say wrap with, and then say safe area. Okay, and save. And now see how it looked like. Okay, now it just put everything down below there. So the safe area is basically, this area is safe and this area is safe. Nothing should touch that area. Okay, that's basically what we have. Perfect. That's really, really cool. Okay, so let's do some stuff so we finish our main file here. We said maybe I can put it here. Yeah, there's a plenty space, because I don't see my camera up here, but I think this is okay. Cool. Okay, so we need to change the background, because this is not the color that we need. Okay, let's go back to main.dart. And in there, we have this theme.dart, theme data.dart. And now we can say something like dot copy with. And this copy with is really cool, because what it does, it takes everything that dark mode has and copy it. So everything in here, all the, like if you see here, in here, you see a lot of stuff like brightness, no, not brightness, primary color brightness, Brightness, yeah, there's brightness. Primary color dark, whatever, all of this. So it copy all the default values of these, but you can change some of them. Like you can take all of it and just change 2 or 3 of it. And this is what we need to do. So what we need to change is the scaffold background color. We need to change this. And we need to change it to something called color, and then we give it the value. So it's always 0xFF, so FF is opacity, and then we take the color of this one. So it should be 1F2129. 1F2129. Okay. So let's put a semicolon here and save. And as you see, it changed the background color, and we have this nice, yeah, it's kind of black grayish thing. Blue is also in there. So yeah, basically this one. You cannot see it perfectly because of the contrast, but it's the same color. Cool. So basically, I think, yeah, that's everything for our main .dart. Perfect. So just let's close it. Cool. Now let's have fun with all of these things here. So we have a text here. We don't need it to be like this. We need it to be like this. Okay. So let's change some styling stuff. So in here I put style, and in there we need to change the text style, and now we can give it some parameters. Okay, so what we need to change is the font size, and I put 50 in there. 50. Save. Voila. Nice. Cool. So I need this to be also centered. So just select text, command dot, and say center. Save. Cool. So it's now centered. If you need to see the like how it's layouted. Oops. What's happening? Yeah, I need to. Okay. Run problems. Okay, never mind. I forgot where it is. just write in the comment. I want to show like the lines. Why doesn't it show it? Yeah, it's okay. So it's it doesn't matter. We can, let me check for the last time. I recently started to use code because Visual Code. I was using Android Studio, so be patient with me, please. So is it this one? No. So these are these things here. Terminal output problems extensions. No, it's not this. Editor, file symbols, blah. Run. Configuration. No. All right. Yeah, please just put it in the comment where this is. And then I don't know why is it closed. Usually I have it always open, and maybe you have it open because you didn't change anything. So just leave it like that. And then you can see like more stuff. Yeah. Ah, that's embarrassing actually. I don't know why. Is it this? No. Okay. Forget it. Let's continue. Okay. So we did cocktails. Okay, so if we go back here and see, it's like from the top, it has some kind of margin in here. We can put margin in here, but what I like to do is to go in here and say sized box, because then I can change it if I don't like the things, I can change it and stuff like that. I know you can change it also by doing the margin, but I like it this way. So you can do it as you like. So I put height in here, 100. What's happening? Okay, so save it. And now it has some space in here. Cool. Yeah, because I have also padding, like all the way, and like above the safe area I have a padding. Inside the safe area I have a padding, so it will be a padding of 20 to all the areas. This will make sense later because we want to have like a padding here, so it doesn't go all the way to the left or to the right. So we give it a padding of 20. Okay, so let's do that actually. So select the column and put padding above it and say 20. As I said, this will make sense later if you put the buttons so they don't go all the way to the left and the right. Okay, cool. So we did this. We can actually collapse it. It's finished. Cool. So the next thing is we need the text input. So we need actually again a size box in between here. So let's do it here. Sized box. Come on, box. And let's say height of, what did I put? 200. Okay. Cool. Save. Okay, so push all of this down. Cool. And now we need text input. So in our case, it's not called text input, it's called text field. So we need a field where we can put our text inside. Cool. Let's get rid of this and say text field. Okay. So text field needs some stuff. So first, what we need to give it anyway is the onChanged. So basically, it check if something changed, okay? But at the beginning, it's empty. So value, yeah, just leave it first empty like this, and then we will put some functions inside there. If I save it, yeah, nothing will change. Well, you see the text field, so it's there, you can use it, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, well, the function doesn't do, but it's not how we want it to be. So see the padding here, you see, it doesn't go all the way to the left and the right. It has a padding, so that's nice. Okay, so what we need to do is to make it look like this. Okay, so cool. let's go there and yeah, style it. It's unfortunately not called style, it's called decoration. Well, and there's something called input decoration. And inside the decoration, we can start with the hint text. So the hint text is basically I'll put it and save it, and then you see what it is. So name cocktail. I know it's original, but bear with me. So if I save it, yeah, we need to clear all of this. See, this is the hint text. So it shows you whatever you put in here, it shows you here, and if you start typing, it goes away. That's cool. So, okay. And then what we need a border. Okay, we need the border like all the way like this. Oops, sorry. So we have a border and it's outline inputs border, it should be called. Okay, so in there we need to give it some parameters. So we need the border radius, so it will be like rounded, not, it doesn't have edges. So we say border radius dot circular, and let's give it 25. Yes, cool. And then border side we need as well, and the border side I put it here. Yes, so in border side we give it a color and the width of the border line. Okay, so the recording is still cool. So what we need here is to give it border side, and inside the border side you see color and style and width. So let's start with the color. So color, it's 0xFF. This is this nice blue, yeah, dark blue. So it's 3C4D74. That's the code for it. I have it written in here. So it's the component color. Wait a second, it's not the same. No, it's the same. So it's 3C4D74. 3C4D74. My memories still work, so that's cool. Okay, see how it looked like? So this is not the color that we need, but be patient. This one is because it's focused. So if it's focused, you need to give it another color. So let's do first the width of all of it. So it's width, let's give it 5. So something happened? No. Yeah, width 5. Oh yeah, this is the focused one. Okay. How can I get out of focus? Okay, so this is the focused one. So we need basically to copy all of this and do the one with the focused one. Okay. They use two different stuff for it somehow. So they have a focused one, they have unfocused one, and stuff like that. So we need to do that inside here border. So this is the border. After this, we need to say focused border, and basically copy all of this here and paste it in here, save it, and now we have this nice, yeah, basically what we need. Cool. Nice. Cool. So yeah, we did all of that. That's cool. Yeah, so sometimes some stuff repeat all the time. So we have this color is repeating, and this width is repeating, this border size side is repeating, and stuff like that. So what I like to do is to keep all of it in a separate file. We call it I call it constant. So if you like want to change the color or all of this, you just change it in one place and it changes everywhere. So this is what I like to do. So I think it's a good practice to do that because yeah, it keeps everything tidy and neat. So let's do that. So we go in lib, and say new file, constant.dart. Okay. And in here, we will just copy and paste some stuff. So in main, we did, yeah, we have a color in main as well. So we can cut this and go to constant and say, how can we do this constant stuff? So we go here and say const, and they say k. This is how they Flutter wants you to do the constants. Always put k, small letter, in front of the name. So we have k background color. Yeah, this is how I call it. And then paste that in there and semicolon. So we need to import material. Okay, so now copy this. Copy and go back to main and paste that in there. You need to import the library constants, save, and see nothing changed. We don't have any errors. Cool. So it worked. Okay. So now we can close main for real. Cool. Okay, so we have this color that's repeating here. We copy it as well, or cut. Go in here and say const k. I called it component color and paste it in there. Cool. So copy this and paste it in here and in here as well. Cool. Save it. Perfect. Yeah, so we need to import that as well. Constants, save, perfect. Cool. So we can even like save this in the constant, because see it's repeating here and here. So you need to be careful. Some stuff you can put it in a different in a different file, but some stuff you cannot. This one you can do. So let's do it. So copy all of this, or cut it basically until it says here border side. Cool. And then go to constants and then say const k border side, and then paste all of that and save. Then you need to copy this and then go back and paste it in here, one, and then paste it in here. Cool. Now it looks more nice. Cool. So we have that. We put that in. We put that in. Cool. Yeah, basically that's it. So at the end, we will give it a function. So it will do something, but at the moment, it does nothing. Okay. So basically what we needed to do is when we type something there and then press the button, it should take that text, what we typed, and then give it to the button, and the button, it gives it to all the parameters to the next. Yeah, we'll make a file and call it cocktail brain or something or manager or whatever, and then it give it like the URL. So we take the text from there, because if we go back to our thing here, we saw here that we need to give it like the name of the cocktail. So if you give it the name of the cocktail, it will give you all of this. So what we will do is to take this, the first URL until here. This is always the same. And then we just add this text, the name of the cocktail in there. So yeah, so basically that's what we can do it actually now. So basically what we need to do is to go up in here and create a variable. It should be a string, and let's call it cocktail name. Okay. And let's copy this and go down here where it says value, and then say this should be value. Yeah. So every time the value changed, this will be saved in here. So that's it. Basically, if I type something here, now it's stored in here. Okay. Cool. So our text field looks actually perfect. It's finished. Cool. So let's let's collapse it. So after that, we have our two buttons, this one and this one. Okay. So let's start with the search one. Okay, we have again a little bit of space here. So let's do what I like. We put a sized box in here and say height. Let me check. What is the height of that? It's 20. Cool. I don't want you to be here. I want you to be here. Save it. Cool. So, and now we need to put a button. So let me check the code. Whew, this will be very interesting. Okay. For the button I used, let's remove this, and let's put ElevatedButton in here. Okay. As you see, ElevatedButton has two things that it's a required. So you need to do that. So let's put this one like this. So on pressed at the beginning, we're not changing this. So we will not change anything at the now. We will build it step by step. Okay. So when you press the button, nothing will happen. So for the child, we need to put some stuff. So the child is basically the text. And in the text, we say search. Let's save it and let's see. Cool. It looks ugly, but at least it's a button and you can click it. So let's style it. Okay. So this one has style. And in here we can take elevated button dot style from. So this style from is basically the same as copy, like what we used in main. Remember this one, copy with? So it's basically the same, and now you can change some stuff in here. So what we want to say is the primary is the color that we want. So we said we use something, not the K component color. So if I save it, it should be, yeah, you see this the same color as here. So this is the cool thing. So I don't need to put like color and 0x whatever. And then next time I say, oh, I need to all to be like red. So I need to change it like in 3 or 4 positions in the code. So I just put K component color. That's the same. If I need to change it to red, I go here, K component color red. That's it. So let me show you. So I say colors dot red, save, everything is red. Okay. So let's go back, save, cool. So primary, what do we need to change as well? The shape, of course. So the shape should be round, dead, rectangle, border, rectangle, border. We need this one. Whew, my voice. Okay. And so we need it to be like a rectangle as a border, but it should be also a little bit rounded. So at the end it will be like this. Cool. So in there we need some parameters. So we need the border radius. Border radius dot circular 20. Cool. Save. Nice. Okay, so now it's like small. It's I wanted to expand like all the way, like I did it here. So I want it to be like this. What can I do? Easy. So in here, in shape, there's something called minimum size. Minimum. Not in shape, sorry. In style. So here, minimum size. And then we give it, let me check what I give it here. Minimum size. Yeah, okay. So I gave it a size of, so we need a width, I put it 100, and then height, I put 55. And that should look not bad. Okay. Huh. Something is missing. So actually I put this as well in the constant because we need to do to the random bottom as well. So we just say const k button min size. Let's give it this, save, that's it. So copy this. Yeah, that's correct. And paste this in here. Okay, it only changed the height, but step by step. We need to change something else before that. We give it a padding. We give it a column. Yeah. So what we need to do now is to say, okay, the column is only using like the width of the child. So if the child has only this width, so the column is like only that big. So if we go up here to the column and we say cross axis alignment dot stretch, let's start stretch, save, it should. Oh, okay, let's restart. Maybe that's the problem. No? Oh, come on, people are watching. No, okay, no. Cool. Yeah, so you need to stretch it. So cross alignment, just think about if you have a column, you have, see this color thing here. You have columns in here, okay? So the cross axis, we have an arrow, yeah. So cross axis is this way. And then you have something called main axis. So it will be this, okay? So now we used the cross axis, this one, and main axis for is this one. So for column. For row, if you're using row, it's the other way around. So just for your information. Cool. Cool. We have all of this. Yeah, it looks actually not bad. It's looks cool. So we need to do this again as well. So we say elevated button here as well. Elevated button on press, it should do nothing. And put this here. And child is a text. And this one we call random. Like this. Cool. And now we say style. And here style. And then we say elevated button dot style from. And then we change the primary to k component color. And the shape, shape to rounded rectangle border. And let's put the comma here. And in here, we say border radius. It should be border radius dot circular. And then we put 20 in here. And comma. Save. Cool. And now we need to give the same minimum size as well. Minimum size. K button minimum size. Yeah, we need space in between. I think I have a sized box as well of 20. Yes, perfect. So we need to paste that here. Give it a space, save. Perfect. So now this looks, yeah, like this somehow. This is what we needed to do. We can make the text actually bigger and give it more space here and less space here. So let's do that. What I like to do is collapse everything. So you see it like, yeah, easily. So let's give it here 200 and here 100. Let's see if that's cool. Maybe 150. Yeah, this is nice. And let's make the text here bigger. Font size, I mean. Let's make 70. Yeah, that's cool. Perfect. So let's put it back to 100. That looks nice. Looks nearly identical. Nice. Okay. It's cool. Looks nice. Perfect. So we're finished with our search window. So now we needed to give it like functionalities. Okay. So when we press the search button, it should take the whatever is you put in here. For example, you say you put zombie. There's a cocktail called zombie. I see something here we need to do in the text field. You see it's like near the edge and I don't like it. So there is something called, if we go to the text field again, down here we say, it's not in decoration, right? Text field. Oh no, it's in decoration. Okay. So in here, in decoration, we say content padding and edge instance dot all, and I gave it a value of 20. Let's save it. Yeah, so that's better. So you have a little bit of space of here, so it's nicer than like too close to the border. Cool. So we have that. We have everything. So what we need to do now is when I press the search, it should take this zombie and then to join it with the URL and then give it to the to something so we can extract the information from the website. So I put this, if we go back here, so I give it here a zombie, press enter, perfect. So this one we can change, it's this one, but everything here, it's the same. So we need to add this to this and then say, okay, go to the web and give me all of this data. Okay? Cool. So how can we go now from here? What we can do is, let me check the elevated button. So what we need to do is now, we need to create a class. We will call it CocktailManager, yeah. And what that class will do is check, like, it contains all the information that we need. So let's do that. So what I like to do is to put the lib folder and then call this services. Okay, it has like this little nice icon here. So let's copy that, say new file, and then say cocktail_manager.dart. Okay, so in here we create a class. We call it CocktailManager. Okay, and now we give it some stuff that we need. So okay, let's see what we need. If we go back here, we need first the name. Okay, so let's say string name, and then what we need sorry, I hurt my I hurt my foot when I was walking around somehow, I don't know why. Cool. So what we need this thing here. So it's a category. So it's a cocktail, it's a mocktail, it's a soft drink, it's something else. So we will call this category. Okay, go back, string category. I think that's correct. Yeah. Let's go back here. So this is the name, category, yes. So we need something, we need this one as next. So it says it's alcoholic or not. So it's string alcoholic. And then we need the class type. So it's a string as well, class type. And then we need this picture. So the picture is a string as well. Yeah, string picture URL. So we're taking the URL. So if you go back here, you see that's a URL. It's not the picture. It's showing to the URL where the picture is stored. Okay. Cool. So what we need the ingredients and we need the instructions. So the instructions is a string, but the ingredients, if we go here, see the instructions, you have different instructions here. So we can have a list of instructions. So we have this different, it's a different languages. So you have, this one is English, this is Spanish, German, French, Italian. Okay. So what we will do now is only use the English one, and you can give yourself some challenge and make, like, somehow you can change the language and then use Spanish and Italian, and it depends if the user changed it somewhere. For example, you can make a button up here, say select language or something. So if the user selects Italian, everything you show them in Italian. So I'll use only English, and it's a string. So let's go here. Say string instructions. And at the end, now it's the interesting part. So the ingredients you have here, it's both strings, but you have ingredients and measure. So you have two different stuff. So we need to combine both of them together. So we can show it like this. Okay. So what I like to do is to have this separated. So what I mean by that, let's create a new file in services and call that ingredient.dart. And in here, let's put the ingredients together. So we have a class, we call it ingredient. And so one ingredient, we have the ingredient, like the name of the ingredient and the measure of it. Okay, this is on inside the ingredient. So we say string or let's call it name, or ingredient name, like that. Okay, and then we have a string of measure. Actually, if we just say name, it will be also fine, because you know it's the name of the ingredient. It's like that. Cool. So we have this, but now what we need to do is to put the constructor and to say, okay, every time you call this, I'll give you all of this back. Or if you call this class, you need to give it these two things, these two strings. So we make it required. So we say ingredient, and inside there we say add required. We say this dot name is required, and we say this dot measure is required. Okay, and at the end put a semicolon. That's it. So this is our ingredient. Oh yeah, it imported the material .dart. That's cool. So this is basically what you need to go back in here. So now what we need in here is a list of ingredients. Okay, and we call it ingredients. Save it. It should. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So command dot import this, save it. Okay. So basically, what did we here? Well, what are we doing here? So we say we have a list of ingredients of this class. So inside this ingredient, if we go here, there are two strings. One string is the name and the second string is the measure. Because we have here, you see it's a list. So then we will have two lists. We have the list of the ingredients, all of this. And then we have a list of strings. And the cool part of it, ingredient 1 is the same as measure 1. So you will have the list of 15, and then you will have like 1 is the same as the name of the ingredient 1 is the name as measure 1. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. So this is what we will have at the end. So put that in Cocktail, and yeah. So now at the end we need to say, I'll put this here. Cool. Where CocktailManager? Cool. So now we yeah, we need to give it a constructor. So we say CocktailManager, and then we just say, okay, give us all of that. We can make it required, but we can say if it's like empty, we can give it a default things, but it's only for us. So if you want to expand everything and make it like more, I don't know, more interactive, more secure, more stuff, so you can go on. And so I will give you the basic stuff and explain you everything, and then you can go from there and make it to an amazing app and then upload it to the App Store and earn some money with that. Cool. So what we need here, so we say this dot name, this dot category, this dot colic, this dot class type, this dot picture, this dot instructions, this dot ingredients. The cool thing is it shows you like what's missing. So yeah, that's cool. Okay, so CocktailManager, that's it. We can close it here. So what can we do? Okay, so now we have a class called CocktailManager, and this CocktailManager, it's basically when we call it, we create an object. So we give it all the methods and the parameters that it needs. Okay, so we store like name. We take it from here, this name. We take it from this value. This is the key, and this is the value of that key. And we take this one and store it in here in name. Okay, and then when we have all of that created, we can then take it, like say, okay, show the name, show the type, the whatever. So we show it here. Okay, so when we press search, we create that link, and then we go here in between to the cocktail manager. We take all of the information out and then go back and then show it here. So there's a step in between here. Cool. Now, what we can do is to put that, yeah, I did it here as well. So to put that URL in as a constant in here, okay? So let's put it up here actually. Const URL. Main URL, something like that. Oh, sorry. K main URL. Let's call it like that. So let's go here and basically copy everything until here, except this zombie thing. Yeah. So let's go back and paste that in here. Save. Okay, so this is our main URL. And let's go, I'll close this. Let's go to the search window. So when we need to put all like this zombie and this URL together, when we click on search. Okay. So let's go here. And this is where our on-pressed have its role. Okay, so when we press that, we needed to create the cocktail manager so we can put all the information inside there. And then it makes a call, like to say to the database, hey, now I need some information, give me that information, waits until all the information is there, and then give it to the cocktail manager, and then the cocktail manager at the end, we give it to the next window, okay? Cool. So, let's do that. So in here, we say cocktail manager. Wait, what happened? It jumped up there. Let me go back. I don't want it to do something not nice. Okay, cocktail manager. CM, I'm too lazy. Okay, cocktail, not name, come on. Yep, let's do it like that. So sorry about that, my voice is okay. So what happens if this name is empty and I click on search? I want it to do nothing. So if I click here, nothing should happen. It should have this behavior. Okay. So we say, we can put it even up here. So we don't create this cocktail manager. So we say if the cocktail name is null, so it's empty, we need it to return. That's it. So it does nothing. So I click on this. Let's save. So if it's empty, I click on this, nothing will happen. So it doesn't go here. It just exits. Okay. It does nothing. Cool. But if I have a name in there or something typed, it will continue. So it will go there. So we say here, okay, so the cocktail name. So the cocktail name, it can, as we see here, it's like one letter, or in Margarita, we had like more stuff. Yeah, so this one is called Tommy's Margarita, or White Cap Margarita, and whatever. So sometimes you have also 2 or even 3. Wow. Okay, let's take this strawberry margarita. So how can we call it here? So usually we'll say, I'll paste it in and say strawberry margarita, enter. Oh. Huh. Okay. Let's do an underscore, enter. Ah, okay. So if you have a like 2-word drink, you need to separate it with a underscore, okay? Otherwise it will not work. That's a good information, so let's do that as well. So next, if we have the cocktail name and everything is working, we can say cocktail name dot, and now we can say everything to lowercase, just to be sure. I know uppercase works as well, but to be sure, let's make everything to lowercase. And then dot, and now we say replace all. Now we replace all empty to underscore. So now everything, like if you put the cocktail here, this strawberry margarita, of course, you're a human, you write strawberry empty margarita. So what we will do now, we take the empty and put underscore in it. So we replace it with underscore, okay? Cool. And then we create this cocktail manager. And after that, we call the information from database. So how can we do that? So I'll create a variable. I call it network. So we have the network stuff in there. So this one, it's asynchronous. So what does that mean? So asynchronous means so sometimes there's a synchronous. If you don't know it, you can Google it, or you can see some videos on it. So basically, it's how programming works. So you have a lines, like if you have 3 lines of code, and every line prints you like 1, and then print the next line, print 2, and then the next line print 3. So it will do sequentially, like print 1, 2, and 3. So that's, but what if you replace print 2 with something that you need to get from from some website? For example, a big image, like, I don't know, 5 GB of an image. So what will your program do? It will be like 1. Then it will go to the next line. It wants to print this image, but it can't because it takes too long. So it will wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until this image loaded. It shows you the image, and then it goes to 3. So what we can do is to say, hey, while you are loading this, I want you to do something else. So this is basically the asynchronous. So it's a nice thing to, avoid some confusions, to avoid like stuff breaking and something loading like slowly and stuff like that. So we need to say this this onPressed is asynchronous. So we do it here. So onPress, this one, and in between here, we say async, basically. Okay. And then we say our network is async. So it's asynchronous. So we go here and say await. So wait for this to finish. Get, and now we get the URL. So it's URI dot parse, and inside there we give it our string. Okay, so what is our string? We called it kmain URL and plus the cocktail name. That's our URL. Okay, let's save it. Command dot. Okay. So get we don't have. So we need to get we need to get. So what can we do? Let's go to the browser and let's look for Flutter HTTP. Okay? Because there's a package that you can download. It's called HTTP. Okay? So it's this pub.dev. If you go there and you say HTTP, or you search it in Google or wherever. So this one, you go in here and let's see how it's installing. Okay, we need to put it in dependencies. We can do it like this or this, but I will show it this way. So copy this and then go to pub spec. And in here, we go just below Cupertino icons, paste that in, save. And you see here, Visual Studio Code, it does that for you. So what you need to do is to press this button. And what this button do is get the packages. But if you put that in and you save it, Visual Studio does that. Android Studio doesn't do that. So you need to call it, like, to press that button, like, you need to do it manually. Okay? Cool. Now we have that. So you go here and you import it. So let's go back. And it says import this, copy, go back and paste that in, save. Cool. We have no error anymore. Nice. Cool. So now in here, we have all our, basically what we have in network now, it's basically this. It's everything in there. So like this. So what we need to do is to put it in this shape. So we need to say, okay, give me str drink, the value of, this is the key. Show me the value of str drink. So it will give you strawberry margarita pack. Okay. So how can we do that? So we did the CocktailManager. So that will come handy now. So what we need to do is to take this, let's have a variable. Let's call it JSON. So because this is all JSON data, so it's JSON. And then we need the JSON decoder. Decode, yes. And here we say network dot, we need the body. So from JSON we need the body, because in body there's all, it's HTML stuff. So in the body you have all this stuff stored. So if you go back in here, you say inspect. So basically all of this is stored in the body. You see here, body. It's not in head, it's in body. All this information. Okay? So this is why you need to call the body. It's HTML stuff. Cool. So now we have access to all of that stuff that you saw now. Cool. So we say cm.name. So cm is our cocktail manager, and now we need the name. So how can we take the name? We say JSON, and you need these square brackets, yeah. So now we need to go through this structure. Okay. So if you see here, it starts with drinks. So first you need to put drinks. So copy this, go back. So the first thing is there's something called drinks. So that's the first layer. And after that, it should be 0. Why? Because if you open this, you see it's inside drinks, there's like this 0 item. It's confusing, but it's because this one is a list. If you see here is the, can you see it? Yeah, it's a square bracket, see? So this means it's a list. So inside the list, there's only one element, and that element is in element 0. So this is what it means. And in element 0, you have all of this stored, okay? So element 0, and then you have this again. So what is the name? So what is the key for the name? If we go here, str drink, copy that, paste it in here. Now we have strawberry margarita stored in name. Cool. It's really cool. And it's easy. If you understand it, like if you do it 1 or 2 times, it will be easy. Like, okay, it's always the same. So you have JSON. If you get the JSON data, it's always the same. So you go through, you see, okay, drinks, you have drinks, and this is a list. Okay, the list, it has only one element, and in that element you have all of that. Cool. So I put drinks, 0, and then all of that. If you have like drinks and you have multiple stuff and they're like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can put a loop or for each or whatever, and then go through the list and then print everything by itself. But we have only one, and we will take only one because we need to show only one cocktail. We don't show like 5 cocktails at the same time. Okay, cool. So we have this one, and basically we say cm dot, what do we need? Next, alcoholic, okay. So we copy all of this. Basically only the last one changed. So this one. We need to put now alcoholic. Okay, let's go through here. Alcoholic, here, alcoholic. Cool. Copy this, go back, paste it in here. So then what we need, cm dot, alcoholic we have. What should we do next? Glass type. Okay, we copy this. Let's go here, glass type, yeah, glass. Copy, paste. So what do we need next? I said picture URL. So now we need the URL. Oh, let me copy this first. And then str drink thumb. This is the picture in there. Copy that, paste that in here. And then we need the category. So copy this. Category is here, ordinary drink. Copy, paste. Dot, what we need? Okay, alcoholic, category, glass type, ingredients, and instructions. Okay, instructions we have. This is easier. So again, copy, paste, instructions. So we said we take the English one, is this one. We copy that and paste it in here. Cool. So now what we need is the ingredient. Okay. So for the ingredient, like we created a class, we called it ingredient. And in that ingredient, we have two things. We have the name of the ingredient and the measure, like how much is it, how much is in there. Okay, so we need to do the same here. So we create two variables. One we call str for string name, ingredient name. And the second one, it's also a string. You say string ingredient measure. Okay. So, and then we have a list of the ingredient. And let's call it ingredient list. We need to do it like this. If there's like an easier ingredient list, if there's an easy way to do this, let me know. I did it like this, and yeah, it works like that. Okay, so now I need to go through this list. It's basically not a list, so it's like it doesn't have this list symbol in here. It would have been easier, I think, if we have this list symbol, so you go through the list, but it's not a real list, so it's like, okay, it's in between all of this. So we need to go through it and say, okay, ingredient 1 is this, ingredient 2, ingredient 3, ingredient 4, and so on. So we create a for loop. Okay. And we say int e0 e. So we know it's 15. It's 15 stuff, because you see it starts by 1 and goes all the way to 15. So if you go from 0 to 14, that's how we measure it. So from 0 to 14, so less than 15. And then we increment this one. Cool. I need to check the clock. So, and what we need to do here is we take first the name, okay? And then we say, so now what we need to do, we need to say, okay, str ingredient, and then put 1, and then 2, and then 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on behind it. So that's what we need to do. So actually we can go from 1 to 16. I think this will make it easier. Yeah, why did I do it all complicated like this? Okay, so we need to go through this and then add like to say str ingredient, and then add the 1, and then call the key, and then take the value, store the value, and then go again. Okay, ingredient 2, and store the value, ingredient 3, and store the value, and so on and so on. Okay, cool. So it's not instructions. Why? Okay, str ingredient, copy this. Str ingredient, okay, plus e. So now it will, what will be here? It will be, oh yeah, I need to string. It's crazy, but it works. Okay, so now it says ingredient. At the first thing, it will say E. E is then 1, so it will be here ingredient 1. Cool. And ingredient 1 is strawberry schnapps. Cool. But we have that, we can copy this and paste it here again, because we have the same thing for measure. So let's copy measure, and put it in here. Cool. So now I have ingredient 1, measure 1. Let's call both of them. So we have ingredient list. Ingredient list. Come on, I want this. Dot add. So we add it to the list. So now it needs a value. So in here we say ingredient, because this is our class that we created, and you see there's two stuff that it needs. So the first thing is the name. So it will be this, copy paste until here, and at the end we need to give it ingredient name. Okay, let's make semicolon here. Yeah, so it will be like that. And in here, the same thing. Yeah, what I'm doing. So we have ingredient name and ingredient measure. So this one we need to put here and here. Okay. And isn't used. You sure isn't used? Huh. You sure isn't used? It's the same as this one and this one. Crazy, because I have like here in my notes the same. Why is it not used? It's used. Okay, whatever. So okay, so now we store everything in this for loop. We have everything in here, and now we're happy. Not really. Why? So we have now a list. It contains everything. It contains even, if we go back, you see there's null here. So there's no ingredient 7, 8, 9, 10. So you will have that too. And if you want to show null, yeah, your program will crash. So we need to do something. So we can go through the list and we say, okay, we remove everything if it has 0 in there. Okay. So ingredient list. Why is not? So we have this ingredient list dot. So now we say remove where. So the element, whoa, element dot. So if the element dot name is null and the element dot measure is null. So in that case, we remove it. Why both of them? Okay. So let's go back. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, now that's perfect. So you see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. But this one is not empty, but this one is null. So you need first to check if both of them is null. If both of them are null, you can remove them. For example, 7. 7 is both of them null. Because sometimes you cannot say, okay, salt is, if here's like empty, but here's is something, so you shouldn't remove it. and the other way around. If here is not empty, but here is null, you should only remove the null. And as I've seen until now, that's always the case. Like the ingredient, it will be there, like salt, and then it says null. So you only say salt. Okay. So let's go back. Cool. So first we said, okay, if both of them are null, we remove everything. So now next, what we need to do is, we need the ingredient list dot. So we need to put, so if we have this situation, like salt is there, it's ingredient 6, but here is null. So null we cannot show. Your program will crash. So we need to replace null with empty space, for example. So it doesn't show anything. So let's do that. So we take that. And then we say for each element, okay, for each element, which has, so if that element dot measure, yes, if measure is null, okay, if that measure is null, we need to say that no, something is not correct. Okay, so let me remove this first. Okay, let's do it like that. Okay, so if that's the case, so what we need to do is to say element dot measure should be like empty space, or even like only empty like this, but let's make an empty space. I think that's better. Okay, so first we go through and say if both of them are null, we remove them completely. And if the one of the ingredients is null, so what we are basically doing, we go through this list and we say, okay, is the ingredient null and the measure is null? Remove them. So then at the end we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measures. But now we go through the list and see, okay, is there any nulls in there? If yes, we replace them with an empty string. Okay, cool. That's perfect. So that's perfect. And then at the end, we say cm.ingredient, ingredients, and then we give it ingredients list. Oh my god, no, not this. This one. Copy, paste, finished. Okay, so we did all of that, and then we are now storing it in there. Okay, finished. Perfect. The only thing is, I don't know why it's saying the value of the local variable isn't used. Try removing the variable or using it. I'm using it, so if I remove it, yeah. Okay, so can you decide now? So it doesn't need like, I don't know, like null or something. It doesn't make any sense. No, it says it's not used. Strange. I never had that before. Okay. Wherever. It should be fine. Okay, cool. So now we have everything, and it's like now we are ready actually to, now we have all the information. Now we need to give it, we are here. We have all the information. Now we need to give it here and then to show it. That's the last thing what we need to do. Okay. So what we can do first is to build this window and then to take all this information from here and give it to this window, okay? So let's go in UI Windows, click new file, and then we say ResultWindow.dart. Cool. And now let's build our result window. Okay. Perfect. Yes, yes, yes. We need all of that. Cool. Okay, so we will show that, and then we say it's a stateless widget. Less widget. Cool. The name should be ResultWindow. Get rid of that. Cool. Command dot material. Perfect. Okay. So now every time when we build, we see this window. Why? Because if we go to the main Dart, we said here home, please show us the search window. Okay. So what we need to do now is now we are building this window. So let the program show us this window. When we finish building it, we put the search window again. So we go here, we say result window, command dot, import result window, save. So now result window is showing, it's empty. Okay. Let's put it in here, result window. Cool. So let's check the result window. It seems like it's column again. So it's nice and tidy, all in column. So all of this stuff is in column. Okay, so we need a column. So we start all of that by saying here, we don't need a container, we need scaffold. Okay. And inside of scaffold, we have a body. And you remember safe area? We will do that now. And inside the safe area, we have a child. And the child is a column. And the column has children. Save. Okay. So as you see, it shows the same color as before. Why? Because we said in the main.dart, initialize all of this with this K background color. So if you have now 20,000 windows, it will have all the same background color. And the cool thing is you can go to constant, change the color, it will change everywhere. It's perfect. Cool. So what we have here. So we have a name again. So basically all the fun stuff will happen again. Okay, before we will do it now. Okay, we say text. So the text here will be, I'll say name, so it's the cocktail name. Let's put some cocktail name, some comments, it will be nice. And then let's make this. So we have the name here. So let's style it from the beginning. So we have everything from the beginning. I mean, you know what we did before. So we center it. And we need style. So in text, we have a style, and this is a text style, and I put it in, what did I name this? Header text. Okay. So header text style. I put it as a constant. We can do it. We can leave it like that. Yeah, let's do the same. So let's go here and just put it below here. So const k what is the name? K header text style. K header text style. Okay. So because we don't have like another header, so this is the only one, so it doesn't make sense to put it in a constant, but let's put it in a constant. It's okay. Header text style, text style, and in here we say font size, and the font size should be I pressed something not nice, I think. So font size is 30, and font weight. What's happening? Font size is 30. Okay. Font weight should be font weight, and I used 700. Okay. Save. Okay, so now we copy this and go back to result window, and we say style is this one. Save. Okay, I don't know what this is. We import it. Bam. Cool. So next, so let's put everything here first and then go step by step. So next, I called cocktail details, and then we need cocktail image, then cocktail ingredients, then cocktail instructions, and at the end I put a return button, so we can go back. Okay, cool. Let's go step by step. So we have this, and then next we have this one. So it has a background, and then it has these 3 details in it. Okay, so this one we will put in a container. Container. So, and because inside the container we can give it a height and width, and we put the color, the background color. So at the end we will have something like this. Okay, cool. Let's do that. So in the container we say decoration. We give it a box decoration, and inside the box decoration we give it, we give it a color, and that color should be this one is this color. So we need to define this one. We can put it in the constant. It's the last color that's missing. Const k, what do they call it? Group background color. You have probably better names than I'm using here. So color and then 0xFF. It's 38 3D 4D. So that's the color. Cool. So copy this, go here and put it in there. Save. We don't see anything, but that's okay. Okay, cool. And then we have inside of this box that we now created, we have a row. You see this? So we have a row with different things. We have the cocktail, the alcoholic, and this one. So inside of container, we need a child. And inside this child, it has a row. Whoops. And our row has children. And all children are texts. So text category is the first one. And then we have like kind of space or like this dash, this one, yeah. And then we have text, what do we have next? Alcoholic, this one. Then we have this again. And at the end we have the glass type. So we have glass type. Yeah, this one. Save. Okay, now we have all of this like that. Looks ugly. It's not the this what we need. Okay, but no worries. We will put everything in perfect shape. So first, what we can do is give it a little bit of space. So we need to do that in the container. So up here, I'll put a padding. Edge inside edge. So edge in inserts dot. How much did I give it? 20. Okay, so we need left and right to be symmetrical. So yeah, 20. Horizontal should be 20. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then we give it a height, 40. Let's save it and see what happens. Okay, cool. So we have a space here, space here. Don't worry, because we need this space here. And then we say, okay, spread it evenly. And then at the end, it will be cool. And this is what we need to do here. So we say the main axis alignment dot space between. And if I save it, see, it's cool. Cool. So we have this is why we need the padding here and here. So it keeps it like not touching all the way. So we have padding of 20, we have height, decoration. Yeah, looks good to me. So we have all of that. Cool. This is finished. And now we need the image. So image. And the image, if we look at the image, it's circular. And yeah, it's the same image that we took from that URL. So what can we do now? We can put it in a container as well. And we can shape that container. So we can say the container has a width of 200. and it has a height of 200. And now we can decorate it. Decoration. We use the box decoration, and inside the box decoration we use the shape first, and we say the box shape is a circle one. Okay, we're not seeing anything, but that's okay. And now we need the image. I can't remember if there's like a default image or placeholder or something like that. I'm not sure. So let me try some decoration image. So in there is something called image. Is there default? Default image? Huh. Because I don't have an image now, I want him to show me something, like at least to see something. But I'm afraid we need to do this later. So at least we can give it the fit box fit dot fit. Yeah, we need to make it like that. But yeah, that's the problem. So we need to give it the image later. Okay, so basically that's all what we need for the image. Unfortunately, I don't want to place it here somewhere and then to say, okay, this is the image is stored here, so have a look at it, because I wanted to take it directly from the database. Okay, so let's continue, and then we come back here. So if we save that, it should be okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's go here. So cocktail ingredients. Yeah, that one. So you see here, I think I used the same one. No, I used different one. Okay, so we can build this, but I want to build it like as a widget, like outside of result window, because it will be complex and too huge. So I'll build it outside. So what can we do? Right click on lib, make a new folder, say UI underscore components, and inside UI components create a new file, and we will call it ingredient underscore widget.dart. Okay, let's create this first. Ingredient is here. Whoops. What the heck? So like that. Okay. It's not complicated. It's only I like to put like everything. So it's easier to read and to do. Like, just imagine I put everything here. It will be huge. And then if you have a bug somewhere, it will be like, oh, I don't need to go through all of this and check it. So just put everything in the other file, and then just say, okay, this one is in that file. That's it. So this is what we're doing now. Okay. So let's create a stateless widget, and let's call it ingredient widget. Let's call it like that. Bye. So material. Cool. Okay, so this one, what we need to do here is to have a table. So we need to create a table that it shows the table of ingredients. So we have the ingredient name, and then we need to match it with the ingredient what is called measure. So we have the name, for example, strawberry, 50 grams, something like that. Okay, so this is what we are building. But let's not do the ingredients first because that's more complicated. Let's do the instructions first. So go to the UI component again, right click, new file, say not UI, InstructionWidget.dart. Let's do that first because it's less complicated, because the other one is a little bit complicated. Yeah, let's do that first. Okay, so instructions. So in here we need stateless widget as well, and we will call it instruction widget. All right. Bye-bye. Import material. Okay, cool. So in here, what we'll do, we take the instructions from the CocktailManager, and then we'll show it here. And then at the end, we take all of that and give it to the result window, and it will be like so. So now what we need to do, we need to put instructions here at the top as a text. And down here, we need to put the instructions like side by side. So first line, second line, and third line, and so on. So we have a list of instructions and we need to put it all in there. Cool. Okay, so cool. So we have a container, and inside the container we have a column, and the column has children, and the first child is a text, and that text is instructions. Okay, and let's style it from the beginning. So style, and let's put that also in constant because we will use the same style. If you look here, you put the same style here as here. So yeah, let's make a new style. We'll put it here, const k table text style, I call it. So table text style is there. Table text style. So text style. And then we put font size. I said it's 20. And then font. Why does it do like this? Then font weight. It's font weight. It's the 500 one. Cool. So copy and paste. And then import, save. Cool. We don't see anything because we need to call it in here. Okay, so we have that. And then we give it, if we check here, there's a little bit of space. So we use our favorite thing, sized window, sized box, and give it a height of 30. Okay. And at the end, we have a child with with the text, with all the text. So we get a text and then we show it, we get another text, we show it, we get another text, show it, and so on. So we say, we use here something called expanded because we needed to expand all the way. And in there, we can use something called the single child scroll view, because like if you have, I have only 2 instructions here. What if it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10? So it will be out of the space here, so it will not show, and you will get error and stuff like that. So what I want to do is to have it like scrolled. So you scroll and you see the text, okay? So this is basically what this single child scroll view do. And in there we say scroll direction, and we say the axis is then vertical, so it should scroll only in the vertical direction. And then the child of it, it's a text. Okay, so that text, it should be instructions. Okay, and we will create this this variable. We'll go up here. Yeah, we go up here and say final string instructions. Okay. So, and now we need these instructions. So we need to say, okay, every time you create this widget, we need these instructions. Otherwise, this will not work. So how can we do that? It's easy. We put it up here. Say instructions widget. This one is required. This dot instructions. Save. Finito. Okay, so the problem is now it will not work. So if we go here back to instructions, result window, instructions, yeah. So in here, cocktail instructions, we have a container. And whoops. And inside the container, we have a child, and that child is InstructionWidget, and we need to give it instructions. Okay. So what is the instructions here? And let's give it at the beginning something like instruction. Okay. So only that it has something. Okay. So so the decoration, so it's not showing because we need to decorate it and stuff like that. So let's go here and do all the things that I already put. So we give it a padding in all sides of 20. And after that, we give it a margin, symmetric, and horizontal direction also as 20. And then we give it a height of 200. And so it has a like fixed height. So it doesn't take the height of its child. It has a fixed height. And the child, it's scrollable. So the inside of it. And so you see here's instructions, and we have only one, I think, showing inside there. Okay, we need this box thing. So this box stuff. So this is our container. So we need to decorate it. So we say decoration, and now we can put it in constant as well, because we're using it 2 times, as you see here, here, and here. So let's put it here. We can put it down here. Const kbox decoration style. I called it kbox decoration style. Cool. So kbox decoration style. So we say box decoration, and we say the color should be k group background color, and the border radius, it should be border radius all radius circular radius dot circular, and we give it 30, and we save, and we put some commas in here, so it will be nice to look at. Cool. So this is our box decoration. Let's copy this and go back here and say voila. Bam. Okay, why is showing like that? The same thing as before. Remember with the button, it was not taking all the way. So we need to do the same here. So we go to result window all the way up to our column, and we say cross axis alignment is a cross alignment dot stretch, save, bam. Okay, so we will have different widgets. So let's do it again. Let's do it here. So we say main, whoa, not this one, main axis alignment. So the main axis, like the horizontal, the vertical one, we need to space everything evenly. So let's do that. So it's main axis alignment dot space evenly, just like that. So now it's, of course, we don't have a lot of stuff, so it looks ugly, but yeah, if we have like more children in there, it will be nice. So yeah, cool. So this one finished. Let's do the button, and then at the end we do that ingredient stuff. It will be okay. So in here we have a container as well. Come on, and the container has a padding. I'll just write everything down, but you get the idea. Like, we're putting everything in a container, we're putting that, and we're doing this. So it's basically you got the idea, I hope. So instance dot symmetric, and then we give the horizontal 20. Okay, and then we have a child, and the child is ElevatedButton, and that button has not autofocus on pressed, so it doesn't do anything at the moment. So that's the button. We need a child, of course. So we name it return. No, wait. Text. And in there we say return. Okay. Bam. Cool. So, and now we can style it. And the cool thing is, Hey, I don't have this button here. Crazy. Okay. Huh. Okay. Crazy. Okay, so basically, yeah, we put that here, right? Text style. Okay, we have this. Border side, text style, header text style. Oh, we didn't put it there. Okay. So we have elevated button dot style from, and then we say primary. So that's the color. The color is K component. Yes, component color. And then we have a minimum size. We put that also minimum. How did we call that? Okay, button minimum size. Okay, okay, button minimum size. And then at the end we have a shape. And then rounded rectangular border. And in there we need border radius dot circular of 20. Cool. And put this here. Save it. And it's look like the other buttons. Cool. Yeah. Nice. That was easy. Cool. So we need now our image and our ingredients. Okay. So this one is finished. Now the painful stuff will come. Okay. So ingredients. So first, we need to create a table. So we need to say, okay, we have a table. We have on the left side, we have the name, and on the right side, we have the measure of this ingredient. Okay. So here we have gin, and then we have 30 ml, and so on. So basically, what we need to do is to create the table and then to give it to the widget. So I will separate it. So first we create the table. So step by step. So we will have. So what we need from. We need the list. So we will have a list of ingredients. Okay. An ingredient list, let's call it. So we need to, take that. Yeah, must be initialized. Okay. So, and then we say IngredientWidget. And in here we say, this one should be required. We need the ingredient list. Otherwise, we cannot show it. This dot ingredient list. Cool. Okay, so we have these things. So now we have the ingredient list. We get it from our what is called CocktailManager. We get the ingredient list, and now we need to show it. So, but first we need to build the table. So it's a widget, and we call it create table. So in here, we have a list of a table row. and we will call it rows. So now we're building the table. Okay, we have a list, and now we take everything and put it in that row. So we say row dot we put that add. We say add this in that row. So because we have rows, if we check this one, so we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Okay. So so let's make a for loop. Int is 0. We go e until ingredient list dot length. So we have the length of that ingredient list, and then okay, until here, and then we say now row dot add rows dot add. That was correct. After a while, the brain is like so usually if you program, just do like 2-hour sessions and then go just go and walk. Okay, stand up, walk around, eat some stuff, some healthy stuff. Very important, drink a lot of water, because your brain needs water, so you can concentrate, you can stay focused. Okay, so you can, the easiest thing for you is to press stop on the video, then go walk around and don't think about programming. Just go walk around and whatever, relax, and then come back and then continue. So your mind will be fresh. Actually, every 45 minutes, they say. Okay. I'm recording it like in one take because I wanted to, because otherwise it will take a long time. So yeah. Okay. So we'll create a table row, and the table row has children. Wait. Okay. So the table row has children. Why don't you put this one? Okay. So, and now we can give it to children. So now we have, so imagine we have now, what are we doing? So we have a row. In the first row, we're putting a row again, and we're putting these 2 elements inside the row. Okay, this is what we're doing in table row. So in table row, we're putting the 2 elements. So I know that they need to be centered. So otherwise, one will be here, one will be here. So I'll do that from the beginning. So I'll say center has a child, and that child should be text ingredient list, okay, of E, and oops. So that's the first thing. What's happening? So here's, yeah, that's okay. Dot. So we take the first thing, what we want to show is the name. Okay. Save. Cool. And the second thing, what we need to be here is child text ingredient list E and dot the measure. Cool. Save. Cool. And at the end, so we build all this table together, like this row, and then E is 0, E1, E2, E3 for, so we built all of that together. Cool. And at the end, if we finish with all of that, so with the for loop, we return table. Children, not this, rows. That's it. I don't want it to be like this, I want it to be like that. Cool. So now we build our table. And now we need to show it. So this is how we build it here, this widget. And now we need to show it here, okay? So, so now we have a list of tables that are, yeah, it's a list. So we need to show that list. And if we go here, you see it's all like in a column. All of these rows need to be put in a column. So we go here. We don't have a container, we have a column. So our column, they have children, and inside there we have a text. We have a text. So we have ingredient. Then we have a comma, and then style, and we named it table text style. Yes, this one. Okay. So now we have the same as instructions here. Cool. So, and then we have size box. And we give it a height of 30. And at the end, we have expanded as before. We used all of that. So we have a child, single child scroll view, and this one has a scroll direction, scroll axis dot vertical, and we have a child, of course, and this child will be a create table. So in here now, what our widget here now will do? Okay, it will create a place where it's scrollable, like everything you can scroll inside, and it goes here, create a table, and it goes up here and take all these elements and put it in there. Hopefully that's that's understandable, but it's easy. Like if you, as I told you, use paper and pen and stuff like that. It makes everything easier. So you will, if I did that, you can do it twice better. And you can find all of this on the internet. Just search for all of this, and then you will have it. What I like to do is, there's a program for for Mac. It's called Snippet Lab. I like to put everything in there. So I have Swift and I have some stuff in here. So I'm starting to put all my snippets here. So next time I will be like, oh, I need to a material button or whatever, or the circular image. So I don't go there and type everything and I say, oh, how can I do it? I just go here and copy paste this. That's it. You don't need to buy this. You can put it whatever. There are like you can also use what is called notes. Just use notes and put all your stuff in there. But this program is actually really cool. So it's synchronized with my laptop and stuff like that. And yeah, just a side note. Cool. So now we have that. Okay, so let's do a container. And inside the container, we have a padding. So it's h blah all 20. And then we have margin. Symmetric. And we say horizontal 20. Okay. And then we have the height. It should be 200. And what's happening? And decoration should be K box decoration style. That's cool, right? If you put everything in a constant, perfect. It worked like a charm. All right, so, and then we have a child, and that child should be IngredientWidget. Okay. And inside there, we have an ingredient list. And okay, we give it. Yeah, it should be of type ingredient. So yeah, just leave it empty. So we have this one. So we have, and then at the end we have this, perfect. So we are getting there. Okay, step by step. Okay, so now what we are missing? Why are all of this is showing like this? So we have we took all of our data from here. So all of our data is now stored in this CocktailManager. Okay. So now what we need to do is to say, okay, we need to give this CocktailManager, this CM, to our result window. So our result window will have all that data, and it shows us all of that data. Okay. So how can we do that? So another question, how can we press this button and then we will have this window? That's also easy. We use something called navigator. So let's go, where should we go? So ingredient list, yeah, down here. Okay, so you see the CM ingredient list. So here we gave CM, CocktailManager, we give it all the information that it needs. So the name, the instructions, and all of that. And in here, we say navigator dot. So now we say push. So we have two things. We have push and we have pop. So if you push, you put, so what push does is it has, I need to see there. So it has one, this is our window. So this is our, where is it? Here. So we have this window, and if we say push, it will put the other window on top of it. So now we have, this window will not be destroyed, and this window will be on top of it. And then if we say pop, it will pop this window away, so we will have this window again. Okay? So this is what we are doing. So we say push, and then we need to give it a context. So it's the context, context. And this. So now we need to say where it should go. So the route. So we say it needs a material page route, this one, and it needs a builder. So we have the context. Yes. And then in there, we give it, right? doesn't, whatever, please don't, something is wrong. Okay, let's go back. So it was like that. Yes. Yes. Okay. So I did like this, so it will be like that. Okay, cool. So in Builder, instead of Builder, so we need a context, and that context we say return result window. Okay, we need to give it, we need to say, okay, this is where we need to go. We need to go to this page, to this result window. And this is how we do it. We give it the context, and then we say, yeah, return result window. So our result window needs to have some information. So that information, it comes from all of this, CM name and stuff like that. So at the moment we are not getting, it's, so we cannot put something here. So we need to do that first. So let's go to result window, and in result window, at the top, we need to get basically all the things that we did in this manager thing. So we can actually copy paste. Copy paste is nice. So let's do this. Ingredients, we import, and then I like to put it up here. No, let's do it here. So result window. Oh my god, now we need to do all of that. No, wait a second. We can copy and paste this. So from here to here. Result window, this. Save. Yes. But I need all of them to be required because yeah, I need them. I need that the user or the developer, if I give my my method to someone else or my class, so I need to tell him, please, this is required. I need this to do something with it. Otherwise, the program will not work. The software. So let's put required everywhere here. Here, 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 and here. Save. Okay, now we get an error here. We don't need the CocktailManager anymore. Okay, so let's do the result window here again. Result window, bam. Cool. So now what we will do is easy. So name is cm.name. Okay. Category is cm.category. Alcoholic is cm.alcoholic. Glass type is cm.glass type. Picture is cm.picture URL. cm.instructions. cm.ingredients. Save. Voila. Okay. So now what we did, we said navigator.push. So we're pushing the other window on top of this window. And then we are giving it a result window. So we say, take all of this information. And now we have all of this information that we got from here, like the drink name. It's now stored in name of result window. So it's stored here. What is their problem? Immutable. Aren't final, yeah. I know. We need to put final in here. Oops. I think there's a way to do. Oh, no, this doesn't work here. Okay, so. Oh yeah, okay. Result window. So let's change in the main .dart. Let's change this because it's showing an error to search window. Yeah, let's put it search window, save. So the search window will now show, but that's okay. So we have our result window. That's cool. Let's do it like, oops. Cool. Let's do it like here. Okay, so it's better to read. So now we have the name and stuff like that. So basically, instead of name, we can just say name. Okay, so if we save this and put search, zombie search. So we have zombie as a name. Cool. So it works. So now we need to go through here. So text category, we said category. Instead of alcoholic, we put alcoholic. Glass type is glass type. Save. Cool. Now it's everything here. And then we go to the image. Now we can build the image. Let's go back to the image is here. Okay. Cool. So now we can include the image. And in here we said image network image. And then we give it the picture URL. Let's have a look how this would look like. Nice. That looks really nice. Cool. So this is done. Ingredients list. It should be ingredient as well. So ingredients. Save. Save. Oh no. Okay, let me try it again. Zombie. What is happening? Okay, ingredients. What's wrong? Ingredients. List of ingredients. That should be actually correct. Ingredient widget. Ingredients list. Ingredients. It's a list of ingredients. Okay. And then we go here. It needs a list of ingredients and then should do all of that. Okay. Table name. Okay, let's continue and then we'll come back. So ingredients, we'll have problem. I'll leave it open. And then we go here to instructions and I say instructions. Save. Please show me instructions. Yes, and it's scrollable. Nice. This is not so nice. And at the end, we have this button, which does not do anything. So at the end, we just say, we said push, and then we have pop. So in here we say navigator dot pop context. Okay, just put this in here. That's it. Cool. So if I push return, it should go back. If I put search, it will be this. Perfect. Nice. It's only the ingredient stuff that's not working somehow. So we're giving it instructions. What is happening? Is that the problem? Or we need to restart it all over again. Sometimes it's good if you restart everything from the beginning. It helps. Okay. So we did all of that. We did all of that. Cool, cool. IngredientWidget. We have a problem somehow. Search. Yeah, we can do the next button actually. The elevated button. But first let's check what's happening. Maybe it needed just to restart. No, there's another problem. Okay. 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 So basically we can. Yeah, I will copy all of this. I know it's maybe I need to put it like in another method. That actually will be better. But let's copy paste this like that. Okay, so when we yeah, it's basically everything. When we press this, it's async again, and again we will have the CocktailManager. CocktailManager. That's, yeah, you need to put it in another in a function. So every time you do this, you call all of this. But I don't know. Yeah, let's put it in a function. So let's call it CM caller or something like that. I don't know, something. What can be the problem here is that it will not generate this again. You will see what I mean. Okay, so this is the same stuff as we have it here. From here, yeah, from CocktailManager all the way until here. So instead of this, we can say CM caller. Yeah, and that's the problem. So, we need to do it. Yeah, you need to do it like on the top here, but you need to reset it every time. So you need to take this one, put it here. I will break it probably now because I'm a little bit tired, and if you're tired, you make mistakes. So just be patient with me. So let's say if every time I go inside here, I reset the CM manager. So I'll say CM is null. Does that work? Something like that. No, null is stupid. Okay, whatever. Let's see if that will work. So if I call zombie, that will break. Yep. No such method error. Name was called on null. Yep, this is okay. So yeah, of course it's called on null. So let's try that again. Zombie. Yeah, it will call on null. All right, I'll copy paste. You can put it in an extra function, and then do it like that. It's my brain is tired, so I will do it the stupid way. So okay, so we have the random bottom elevated button. So in here, and when we press it, it's basically it will do. It will call the CocktailManager. Okay. Let's put it that first. And then it will do another network call. So basically, we will do this again, but our URL, it will be different now. So if we go back here to the random one, let's copy this. Let's go back. Oops. And let's go to constants and make a constant. Const k random URL. Okay. And put it in there. Cool. So let's copy this. Go here. And instead of this parse and whatever, we use this one. Yes. No. Wait. Instead of this. Okay. Cool. Now we have the network stuff, and then we need the JSON stuff. All the way, all the same stuff. Yep, all the same things. So we will copy this from here to where we, before the push, copy all of that, and then paste it in here. Yeah, it should be correct. And then at the end, we will push that. Actually, push you can also copy. Oh my, that's bad. Sorry. So you copy this. Wait, where's the push ending? Is here. And then you paste it in here. Save. Okay, let's try. I think there are some errors. Random. No. Dark and stormy. Nice. Return. Random. Amaretto stinger. Nice. So it's working. But ingredients is not working. Cool. Our search is working as well. Zombie. Nice. All right. Cool. So we did all of that. What can we do is to close this one. It's finished. And let's have a look at this ingredients stuff. Okay, so we take all of the information here and ingredients, it's a list of ingredients. And then we go here. It's a list of ingredient. Okay. And the widget, it takes also a list of ingredients. Perfect. So we say the length. The length of that add row. Okay, we can put a breakpoint here and then say whatever, random. Okay, so now we are here. Let's go some steps. I think it will be something stupid. Okay, so my list is empty when I get here. So, of course, if you have 0 of 0, it will not go there. Okay, so why is my list empty? Let's see search window. Did I include? Yeah, we can check here. Okay, let's restart. Okay, so let's do random. No, come on. Please return random. Why are they not here? Stop here, please. It's I need to press this button, not the random one. So I'll put zombie. Press this. Okay, so ingredients list is 0. This is null. Why? Okay, that's strange. So we're doing some errors here. Okay, maybe it's because of this. So let's restart again. Zombie. Yeah, so now you see live that sometimes error happens, so you need to fix it. Sometimes my professor told me a story. He was programming with a colleague of his, and they spent like all night looking for a mistake, and then they couldn't find it, and then at the end in the morning they woke up and then looked at the code, and they were like, "Oh my god, are we this stupid?" It was like something really, really simple and easy. So this is what I'm saying. If you're struggling now and stuff like that, just relax. Sometimes you need to go away. Don't look at the code. Just do something else. Come back and code again, and then you will find it. Okay. So let's see. So we have the instruction. So we have here, yeah. So we have here some stuff. Okay. So I think it has to do something with these things, but I don't know why. Huh. Wait. No. Okay. So let's go through this. Now we have a list. And then let's go inside here. So let's see if that's correct, the name. str ingredient 1. So let's check str ingredient. It's probably ingredient is spelled wrong or something easy like that. 1. Okay, it looks actually correct. Okay, and this one. Okay, So let's see what's a name. Please show me what's a name. Oh, come on. So you can go up here. So the name is that ingredient list 0. Okay. Ingredient. We can go actually inside ingredient. So ingredient list. Now it should be at least one element in there. Okay. So what is in there? Zeros, null. Okay, so we are calling something wrong. So yeah. Yep. That's the, do you see it? So you need to remove this because this doesn't exist. Okay. So now it should work. Because this is and now this error goes away. Okay, so now because we were giving a string of str ingredient name, and that doesn't exist. This key doesn't exist. Okay, so if I put let's take random ingredient. Come on. Do I need to do like that again? So it does everything from the beginning. Yeah, so see, it's a simple mistake, but it's a mistake. And sometimes you need just to relax and then have a look again, and then you will find it. So don't be like over focused and you want to do it now and stuff like that. It will not work. So you need to be relaxed. You need really to be relaxed, then it will work. Cool. So let's see. I think that's the mistake because we're using here the variable. So we're putting like str ingredient 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in here we need to give the variable back. So let's do random. Come on. Oh, come on. Seriously. Okay. So let's let's check again. So if I put zombie, search. Okay, let's go through this. So we're getting this. So let's add this and let's have a look. Yeah, it's there. Okay. So, okay, let's go here. So, okay, it went inside there. So the first element is that. So wait a second. It should be correct. I don't know. What did I do wrong? I need to see that list again, actually. I need to put it maybe down here or here. So let me run this again. Okay, so let's put zombie and then search. We need to change it in the random as well. So, okay, so this is the list. Okay. 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 So it looks good actually. Yeah, it looks actually correct. So, and now if I go from here to here, so it should be until 6. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so from here to here, yeah, from here to here. yeah, it's showing. So there's no, sometimes this program makes you, cool, zombie. So now we need, oh my God. I pressed the random button, and in the random button we have still this problem. Okay, now it should work everywhere. Okay, so if I press random, yes, perfect. And if I go back, I say zombie search, perfect. Return Long Island iced tea. This does not exist. Okay, this you need to do it by yourself. So if some stuff does not exist, you need to somehow. But I think if you do long, and if you search, yeah, it shows you long vodka, whatever. Tea. Yeah, that's the problem. If you put two words together, and you don't have the cocktail for that, it will not search. But if you put like one, even if you put one word like K or whatever, and you search, you get something. So yeah, so that's an exercise for you to do. So you need to check if the cocktails are there and whatever, and then to get rid of that error. But hey, thank you for sticking. I think, let me check. Oh my God, it's 4 hours. Thank you for sticking 4 hours or 3.5 hours with me. And yeah, we built a cocktail app. It's a cool app. So if you press random, you have a really cool thing. And if you search for a cocktail, like sour, gin sour, so you have all the ingredients. Cool. Cool. So if you like this long app creation, show me with a like, abo my channel, and yeah, looking forward to see you in the next video. Steve out. Good night. I will go to sleep. Ciao.